What's up, everybody? I'm Frank Recklin, owner of Eye Candy Paintworks here in Peoria, Arizona. This is my shop. This is my badass dually. But let's go inside and check out what we got going on.
A gun, shoot him in the head.
Here we are in my shop, Eye Candy Paintworks. As you can see, there's a lot of things on the wall over the last 10 years. We've been busy.
So I was born in Buffalo, New York. Moved out here when I was, I think, 2 years old. I've pretty much been an Arizona native ever since. I've been building custom cars pretty much since I was 16 years old. And a lot of history for me out here. Metro Center as a kid was a place that I used to go and hang out with my friends. We'd skate there and kind of hang out and have a good time. And as it evolved into getting a driver's license and cruising 35th Avenue in Peoria was one of the things we used to do even when we were youngsters out here, seeing the first Slam trucks show up.
Very first time I ever picked up a paint gun was in 1991 in high school. Restored my very first car that I had. From high school, I took college classes on it. From college classes, I went to go work for different people in different shops throughout the years, from collision to custom. Back in 2015, I was working with somebody else, and I kind of was at that point in my life where I wanted more, and I wanted to be able to have more freedom with the vehicles I was doing and the customers I was going to choose to do work for. This industry, it's just about passion for me. You know, I mean, I think I had a cover a couple years ago for a customer, and it was passion paint, or paint is passion, or something like that. But that's the truth, is there's passion behind every single thing that I've ever done, because all these are just wonderful opportunities, right? I mean, for someone to bring a vehicle into that caliber, to consider to have me paint that is very humbling for me. So I'm going to give them everything I have. And when that vehicle leaves my shop, it's like you're taking my old lady with you, because we've had her for the last several months, working all them curves, dialing all them lines, making it beautiful, nice and wet, and then you take it home. That's pretty funny. So with this YouTube channel, my goal is to bring you guys inside the shop to see the real deal, what goes on back there, some of the paint processes we do, whether it's restoring bare metal and getting it cleaned up and treated and ready for epoxy primer. What is epoxy primer? How we lay our paint down, how many coats of clear we put on, how we color, sand, and buff. Pretty much all aspects of custom paint. And not just custom paint, but like I mentioned, the people involved in that custom paint, which would be the killer staff we have here, and moving forward, the customers, the clients, past clients, customers we have. One of the things I'd love to be able to do at some point is show you guys a video with customers' cars completed, and kind of give you guys not so much a driver's seat, but maybe a passenger seat of what we do here, and kind of following along with how all this works. And not to mention the recipe for us, how it's worked, how we've been able to time and time again deliver for SEMA Show, for big events, Dinos, be able to knock out cars for Barrett-Jackson. Some of the things that we've done that, even though I've been a part of those things, I still have a hard time believing we pull them off too. Out here, ladies and gentlemen, is where the magic happens. This is where we're going to take you guys on a journey through some of these vehicles on the channel. As you can see from looking around, we've got a ton of different variety of projects around here. OBSs, old muscle cars, C10s. You know, every body shop's got to have at least 27 of those, right? Just for an example, we got this 1952 Buick over here that we've been body working and painting for the last several months. We're in the final stages of wet sanding. You can see there's guide coat on this, obviously, and there's not guide coat here. And basically we're chasing the scratch is what we're doing. But later on, we'll show you guys what that means, and basically how we're starting, what grit we start with. Typically it does depend on some of the jobs. Some of them are higher caliber than others. we're still trying to give everybody a job that not only they're proud of, but so are we. But we do have some steps in between that we can get a little more severe on a project than on others, which obviously means more money. But basically you can see here, as you chase the grits up, each stage gets done like this until you get it to the stage where it's smooth enough to where you can actually start buffing it. So I think for us, the big thing for us to show people is what we do, how hard it is sometimes to do it, how rewarding it is to do it, how much stress we go through just trying to make somebody happy. The pressure of, is everybody else gonna like it? Are people gonna appreciate it? Is the customer gonna appreciate it, or the person I'm doing it for? And when you don't know until it gets out there in the world whether you did your job good enough. People think you just roll a thing into a paint booth and pull the trigger and it's done. It's definitely never the case. There is so many nightmares that we fight as technicians, painters, artists, body men, whatever you want to call us. Why this thing will be in the shop for 6 months getting body work, getting gaps dialed in, why it's easier to build an OBS pickup like the dually right here we have in our shop versus building a C10 right here. Why the cost is probably half to build an OBS versus a C10 because of gapping and welding and fabrication. There's a lot that goes into these vehicles, and I think there's a lot of people out there that don't have the right knowledge or understanding of what really goes into them.
Gun was loaded when he was ready for him. Decided to go for the run. Just to fire it. Just to fire it.
So as you guys can see, this is my 93 Chevy 4-door dually. Just recently got it back from Jeremy at Trey 5 Customs. Yeah, so this is a factory-ish style paint job. It's been repainted once already, but it's got some dents, some dings in it. We're gonna take this thing and fix all the blemishes in it and shine it up and do what we do at Eye Candy Paintworks. And I guess if you want to see what that is, you'll have to subscribe to the channel and check it out.
Just a fire.